Hey, this is Kobe R. Rice. Now I am broadcasting these weekly vlogs, and it's great for whatever reason. When Google made the transition from like Google Hangouts on air, like in an obvious way, to sort of couching it in its YouTube live streaming thing. For whatever reason, I was having a lot of issues in getting like the tech side just together. It was just like a hot mess when really it's just really simple. So I don't know, maybe it just wasn't in the cards. In any case, sorry, rambling. So I am back again for another weekly vlog update on my creative milestones, achievements, journey, progress, whatever you want to call it. And so actually in the past week, it's interesting because New Adult Noir is actually doing pretty well thus far in terms of gaining momentum, gaining readership, gaining subscribers, and gaining interested authors who write dark and gritty sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, and who want to start to grow their readership through like giveaways, through series promotions, through free book promotions, etc. And that's going pretty well at like and progressing at a pretty steady clip. But the thing is that, as a blog and business grows, you have to dedicate sort of more and more time to it. I'm starting to feel like I sort of need a virtual assistant at this point. Like I have to manage all these emails and just the website, just keeping that updated and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's going well, but it's also taking a huge chunk out of my time. And so I'm trying to figure out how to balance that with my own personal author marketing, with my writing and world building and other stuff. And in addition to all of that, I'm still working on my screenwriting and my filmmaking stuff, particularly Sandman. And I have a really exciting update about that. Actually, I'll talk to you guys about that in a second. But there are just a lot of things happening in Kobe R. Rice realm and in off world and in the Rebel Ragdoll Fempire in progress that is up a lot of time and bandwidth. So I'm excited, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and I really wish I could have my virtual assistant. I actually have someone who is in the pipeline for that job, but she won't be able to start until like November. And even then, like I'm not even really sure. There's a lot of things going on there, so that person's schedule might change. But in any case, so what have I been doing, and what is this 1 week novel challenge about? Okay, I'm gonna get to that. So as most of it, and I'm just like referring to my notes on my phone because as you guys know, like I'm an avid day-to-day daily journaler of like my accomplishments, my goals, what I need to do, and just like keeping all of my stuff in line. I would not be able to do half of the things that I do if I just didn't keep my life organized. So as I mentioned to you guys before, most of my marketing initiatives, initiatives, and just general energy has been going into New Adult Noir, but it's been going specifically into managing two upcoming giveaways, one of which is the Back to School Blast, which is a young adult and new adult giveaway that I'm recruiting authors into because collectively we're going to pool our resources and our marketing power. One, to offer a free Kindle Fire HD tablet, and two, to offer two separate ebook lots of sci-fi and fantasy books that are in the YA genre and in the NA genre. And so if you're a reader and you're excited about entering to win a Kindle Fire HD tablet or just an amazing collection of YA and NA sci-fi and fantasy novels, join the giveaway, because even if you don't win the two main prizes, every single entrant and participant will be eligible for at least one free ebook, if not multiple free ebooks. I think we have at least 4 or 5 free ebooks that everybody will get, whether or not you win the grand prize or the first prize. And that's just how I love hosting my giveaways at New Adult Noir, is that you can enter and you pretty much get free stuff regardless. So you'll always be a winner. That's one of the giveaways that I'm managing right now. And everything is pretty much set. It's going to launch on August 1st, and it will run until August 31st. So if you're an author and you want to be a part of this giveaway, to reach new readers, to give your book out to new people and just get new eyes on your work, then definitely join. I'll put the link below in the live broadcast. See, that's another thing that I need, like my VA, if I have a VA ever, like she can just be on this and just adding in the links as I talk. Alas, I have to do that after this is over. So and so feel free to sign up. For authors, the deadline for signing up to this giveaway to be a part of it is July 24th, which is literally 7 days from now, next Monday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so because anytime after that, it's going to be impossible to sort of get everybody on board before August 1st. So please enter if you want to be a part of it. If you're a reader, you will not be able to enter your name into the pot until August 1st. And you'll have from August 1st to August 31st, basically to not only enter the giveaway, but also to spread the word virally to your friends, family, colleagues, so that the more you tell others about the giveaway, the more entries you get to get the prize. And I'm actually being extremely generous and offering 20 extra entries for every single person you recommend to this giveaway. So you get your own specific link that you can basically tweet out, Facebook out, Instagram out to other people. And if other people sign up through your link, for each one of those people who sign up through your link, you will get 20 extra entries in the giveaway, which gives you basically, what is that, like a 2,000% chance, 2,000% higher chance of winning the prize. So yeah, it actually might even be more than that. I have to like work on my percentage math, but you will have a lot of opportunities to win. So basically, like, just stay focused, stay on top of your game, stay tuned, and you will get information on how to enter that giveaway. The other giveaway that I'm organizing, which I'm so excited about right now, is the 25 Days of Box Sets giveaway that is happening during the holidays. Now, obviously, you know, apparently I'm just way ahead of schedule or just super OCD, because most of my authors are okay, I'm sorry. I'm just making sure that I'm not there's some technical issues happening here. Anyway, so most of the authors that I'm trying to recruit into this giveaway are basically telling me that they don't really know if they want to be a part of it because it's way too early to make that distinction. And my thing is that, well, you don't know what your plans for December are for marketing, so why not make this your plan? So I'm organizing the 25 Days of Box Sets giveaway, which is basically going to be held from December 1st to December 25th. And it's going to feature a sub-genre box set of authors on each day of Christmas. So from December 1st to the 25th, release a new science fiction or a new fantasy box set of authors on each day of Christmas. All right. So you will have, as a reader, you will have an opportunity to download anywhere between 1 and 25 different box sets of amazing sci-fi and fantasy novels. And the best part of that is that you guys will have access to box sets that are very specific in their niche. So the general theme is sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, and sci-fi, fantasy, and horror / paranormal romance. So, you know, we have like sort of like the hardcore non-romantic SSFH, and then you have the SFFH romance categories. And we will have sub-genres and sub-niches available for each category through which we will offer box sets. So for example, on the first day of December, we would offer something like the military sci-fi box set, where you would have 10 to 15 novels dealing specifically in military sci-fi. So if you are a military sci-fi like fanatic, that is the day to go and get your free box set. And the only thing you really give up is your email address. You don't pay, you don't give reviews and exchange, you don't do anything except go and download the actual box set itself, which is, come on, amazing. On the next day, we would offer something like the YA dystopian box set. You know, on the next day, we would offer something like the Zombie Outbreak box set. So you see what I'm saying? We have the larger overarching categories, but each single day will release a very niche specific subgenre box set that appeases everyone. And we will have things pretty much for everybody. We're having a Shifter Romance box set. It's going to be amazing. I'm actually almost at capacity with recruiting authors who write Shifter romances. And the stories are incredible. And, you know, you guys know me. I write dark, gritty stuff, not really the romantic thing, but I do read all different kinds of novels. And these Shifter romances are just hot, like just delectable. So I will have a listing for both readers and authors available so that both groups of people, both of you guys know what is being offered during that time. And then you, if you're an author, you can also sign up to be a part of this giveaway because then, of course, it offers you more opportunities to get in contact with readers, more opportunities to get just to get your work out there. And then, of course, an amazing opportunity to connect with other authors who are in this giveaway. And so if you are an author looking to expand your reach and develop a rabid reader base, we already have 37 authors signed up. I'm looking to fill at least 213 spots, if not more. We have basically the giveaway will be 250 authors to 375 authors big. Then that's making room basically to give each box set a collection of 10 authors / novels. So we have a lot of spots open. And there is an opt-in fee for that. It's $25. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's actually because producing box set covers for 25 different box sets, putting together the box set files, setting up all of the like the hosting and everything like that is a lot of time and certainly a chunk of change. And that's not even counting the other more amazing part of the giveaway, which is that we'll also be offering 25 different mini prizes that we will be to our subscribers at the end of the giveaway. So on each day of each box set giveaway, for example, if you're downloading the sci-fi military box set, basically you'll get to download the box set, but you'll also have a chance to enter in the giveaway where you can be one of 25 winners of an amazing prize. And we'll be giving away Kindle Fire HD tablets, KU subscriptions if you're into Kindle Unlimited, which is unlimited ebooks and unlimited audiobooks. We'll be giving away Amazon gift cards, swag, you know, author specific swag, tote bags, all kinds of really great stuff. So it's going to be a really amazing way to end the year, both as a reader and an author. And so if you're an author, I really highly encourage you to join and invest because you will definitely get a lot out of it. And as a reader, I mean, really, what do you have to lose? You'll literally be getting anywhere between 250 and almost 400 free ebooks in specific box sets, and you'll have an opportunity to win one of 25 amazing prizes. And as usual, of course, I'll be offering you the chance, an opportunity to get extra entries if you share the giveaway and the promotion with other people. So it's just amazing. And so these two giveaways, again, will be located in the bottom of the notes or at the bottom of the video in the notes section. And it's just been taking up a lot of my time over the past week. So that's basically just been eating up most of my marketing and organizational time. And it's been really great. I'm glad that I actually started doing this as an author. I'm glad that I created New Adult Noir and that I'm making it a part of my publishing and business language, basically, as an independent author and publisher. Okay, I'll get through this quickly, but just bear with me. It's been a long day already, and it's not even noon, and it's gonna continue to be a long day. Let's see. So I have been working not only on Hollow Point, which is the next novel in my series, but I also decided, because I was feeling again a little bit wearied, to work a little bit on The Hitman of Happily Ever After, Rose and John Doe's. novel. And then I'm also working on the Asylum novel. It's called Asylum, a part of the Asylum trilogy. And Asylum is not going to come out until like 2018. And I think I'm going to focus most of my 2018 on the Asylum trilogy, like debuting that. But just taking that time to like take well-needed breaks and stuff like that from Hollow Point, and just, just entering into other projects from a fresh perspective, and like with fresh enthusiasm has been really helpful to me. And it keeps the momentum going on, not just Hollow Point more specifically, but just generally for me as a creative. Let's see. Creative Uni is sort of back in town this week. My own personal, what I call my personal creative university. I've been listening to a lot of Boyce Watkins financial literacy and entrepreneurship videos. He has a really amazing channel. Just Google him or YouTube him, Boyce Watkins, Boyce Watkins, Watkins. And his videos on YouTube are 100% free, and they give some amazing advice and encouragement for entrepreneurs and for financial literacy, specifically if you are Black, African, Afro-Caribbean, African-American, whatever you label yourself as. It's just very empowering, a lot of the videos. Some of the videos are more sort of like think pieces on current events and Black leadership, Black leaders, and then certain like dramatic situations that are going on in the community, which I do listen to, but I also try my best to stick more towards the financial advice and entrepreneurial advice side of it. Because, just a little bit, and this is not to say that Boyce is not like dramatic. I'm not saying that at all, but focusing a little too much on sort of the tensions in the Black leadership, to me, is a little stressful. Like, I like to be aware of them, but I like to focus more on those videos that are going to give me actionable steps to make my business better, basically is what I'm saying. And this is not a critique at all on, his videos or his perspectives. He's very intelligent and has great perspectives, but I just generally like to just hear like advice and tips that I can literally go and implement into my business. Like, everything else for me is for the birds. Most other things are for the birds. There are things that you should listen to, like being unified, being empowered, being conscious, and being socially responsible. Those messages I always listen to and try to implement. Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of those, but then I've also been all up on Film Courage this week with their, hour and a half, 2-hour long free master classes, basically is what I call them, on directing, cinematography, filmmaking, screenwriting. I mean, if you guys are looking to get a free education in filmmaking, TV writing, screenwriting, or whatever, like, I know it feels good to have a degree behind your name, and it's more sort of formalized, so you sort of have to do the work. But honestly, just go to YouTube and Google and rock with people like Jason Brubaker or Brubaker. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, but him, D for Darius, Film Courage. There's actually a lot of people. Indie Film Hustle. If you're not subscribed to that podcast, then you're insane. Sorry. Video Co-Pilot if you're into VFX and SFX. Basically anything you want to know about filmmaking and screenwriting is on the internet for free. So just like do that. And even if you can't, like, if for me, it's like I have to do like a lot of stuff. I have to like run my business. I have to create stuff, create content, build my empire, but I also have to like clean my house and cook occasionally. Multiple times a week, in fact. And when I can't sit down and take notes or actually follow tutorials step by step and make things, I put on those master classes and podcasts that I can literally listen to while I'm cleaning around my house. And it's just a great way to learn and get things done. And so I suggest you guys check that out. I recommend Film Courage specifically, not because it's the only game in town, but because I've just been listening to those that channel recently because I've had to do like a lot of stuff around the house. And so that's for when I can't sit down and just work on my stuff. But when I can, I've been really working through this amazing class in Udemy, which was recommended by Alex Ferrari on the Indie Film Hustle podcast. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. It is called the Hollywood Film and TV Directing Masterclass. And I'm pretty sure I got that right, but in case I didn't, just check the notes below when the video is over, and you'll just be fine. But it's an amazing class. I think it was like $30 or something, and it was literally the best $30 I've ever spent. One of the best $30 I've ever spent. Excuse me, on par with what I spend for the courses at, what is that called? The Hollywood Film School, I believe it's called. I feel like I'm getting that wrong. I'll put the link to that one below. But I've talked about the other school that I have been learning at with their online courses, which cost like $7 if you use a streaming method, and it's amazing. Anyway, so again, with the cheap, free filmmaking like classes, there is no end to them. But this class in particular, the master class, is incredible because, as you guys know, I want to be a director. Well, I am. I want to be, and I am a director of horror, soon to be action, and sci-fi. And so this class in particular is teaching me, and will teach you, literally how to direct action, like actual action scenes for your movie, or directing action movies in general. And it's amazing. I mean, the class starts out with sort of a general overview of the different kinds of shots and camera movements that are basically prime when dealing with shooting action, why they're important, how to define them, how to look for them, how to create them. And then it goes specifically into how to direct this particular action shot, how to shoot this. And it's not, now mind you, this is not a class that deals with the working with actors part and like developing performances and, you know, digging deep down. And, you know, it has nothing to do with like method acting or method directing or whatever you want to call it. It's more looking at the technical and visual side of being a director, which in my opinion is just as important as being able to work with actors well, because you can direct the fuck out of, you know, a character driven piece or like a scene, but if you know nothing about how to move the camera or to capture action in a cinematic way, your film is gonna look very static and just very cardboard on the screen. If you never move the camera at all, if you don't know how to, you know, create moving masters, or, you know, basically be able to do multiple things in a shot, be able to use certain shots to cut down on the setups that you need. And this is like really important technical information that you need to have in your repertoire so that you can not only bring your character performances into the mix, but also combine that with amazing technical direction to create a really kick-ass movie, and specifically a kick-ass action movie. So I've been very impressed with this class, and I highly recommend it. I'll put the link to it below, and hopefully you guys will go and check it out. So that's been my Creative University this week, or this past week, and it will continue to be my Creative University this coming week as I try to do this major challenge that I want to get to. And I'll get to it in just a second. Dun, dun, dun. I'll save that for last. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much of my creative education in as possible. But this upcoming sort of 1 week novel challenge is going to provide some interesting pushback to that. Prior to talking about that challenge, though, 2 more things I wanted to just let you guys know about, or actually, rather, it's 3 more things here. So hilariously enough, I went back through some old computer files of mine and found a really amazing, just like cache of old notes, just like old scribblings from like stories I had written years and years ago. I mean, like when I was in high school and then like early on in college. And then I found some other notes from 2009 when the books of Ezekiel world had first popped into my head. And I was going through all these notes and organizing them and putting them into my current files. And I don't know, it just somehow just like reinvigorated me like to the max. I was just like, wow, I've done like a lot of brainstorming and a lot of these different stories. And I don't know, it just made me feel encouraged, because sometimes, like with any other writer, I look at my work and I'm really judgmental of it, or look at my progress and I'm really judgmental of it. And then I find like an interesting treasure trove of like things that I've written, and they don't have to go as far back as these documents that I found, but every time I find something that I've done in the past that I've gotten some distance from, and I've read it and reviewed it, I've actually really liked it, or I've gained some more confidence in my abilities because I looked at all the work I put in. Like in 2009, before I even started actually writing the manuscript of the Books of Ezekiel series, from 2009 to 2012, I spent a lot of time just thinking on the world and taking notes and writing things down and like creating things, kind of like, I guess, like a mini God or something. I'm not calling myself a God, but it's sort of like the way that I did it was like, and then she created the firmaments and, you know, all that. It was just very interesting. Like looking at for example, the elite society in my novel is like comprised of like these 20 families or whatever. And just looking at all the intricate, minute details that I've put into these families, and I completely forgot that those details were there because they were just hidden in my computer. Looking at the guilds that I was creating, looking at the world map that I put together. I mean, I already knew that I had this language on deck, but just reviewing again, like finding the actual grammar points that I wrote out for the language that I created, finding the alphabet that I created for the language for the Mesha, who is like this whole race in my novel series. Just finding all of those things that I put all that work into just made me feel like, I don't know, just excited again about just diving back into it, and allowed me to have a little bit more fun. So that's just, I guess, maybe it's not really advice, but I guess I can spin that into advice. It's like, if you're ever feeling stuck or feeling like you're just not doing it or things are just not coming together, just go back a year or two and look at what you were doing before and try to find some inspiration. Because the younger you are, the more brazen you are, and the less aware of rules you are. And so you do a lot, you're risky, you take more risks, you're bolder. Things feel fresher and you're just typing away because you're so excited. At least that's how I rolled. And so I found in those old documents, I found my sort of youthful naivete and like a fresh perspective. And I don't know, it was just great. And it just reminded me of how I was like literally 4 years ago, and then even like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I mean, I was finding things from high school, which I'm just like, wow, this is so cheesy and bad, but at the same time, it's like so good and interesting because I just like wanted to find out what happened next in the story. And a lot of it, actually, the stuff that I'm finding, like from way back in the high school days, I actually might be able to turn into like some YA stories, which is kind of crazy. Just as a side note, you guys know that I write new adult noir, but I don't really, it's very hard for me now to write YA because I don't have the high school mindset that I used to have. I mean, I could sort of like project and predict what a high schooler would do. But I'm just like sort of in a different stage of my existence now. You know, I'm like over 30, so it's kind of hard to channel what high schoolers did. I mean, even if you look at Ezekiel in the books of Ezekiel, and like you'll be able to see a lot of her high school friends, teenage friends. A lot of the way that they think and communicate is very sophisticated. You know, I mean, some people are going to look at this like these are not teenagers, and that's fine, you know, because again, like the entire series itself is not YA, it's new adult. So these are young people and teenagers who have been adultified by war. So just keep that in mind. But in terms of writing like a fresh, innocent, you know, la-di-da world just filled with high schooler things, I actually think I can maybe re-access that part of myself by using those past stories that I just found, because I have a lot of them. Some of, oh my gosh, guys, they're just like so bad, but also just like so YA. It's like sort of the same quality of writing you might find in, you know, a few, I wouldn't say a lot, but a few YA novels today. Just like, we don't have to care about form and aesthetic. We're just writing. And sometimes that's a good thing. You know, maybe people can relate more to that, and that's totally cool. Anyway, so another thing that I've been working on that I mentioned, and I said I would bring it up again, is that the Sandman script is coming along. But the thing that I worked on this past week was actually a Sandman prequel short, which is maybe going to be like maybe 20 minutes long, because I received a scholarship for filmmaking this summer, and which is great. But I need to, you know, make sure I'm keeping up with that and like meeting my requirements. But in addition to that, I also found, when I was writing my current screenplay for the full feature horror film Sandman, I found that I needed some kind of origin story to a certain extent. I mean, we don't find out origin stories so much in horror movies unless you get to the sequel. But for just my own understanding of the Sandman and what its motivation is, and like how it terrorizes and all these things, I just needed to understand the origin. Also because not just for like the horror part, but for like the character-driven thematic part of the story, I needed to definitely create an origin story for that. And so just sort of just divinely, and I'm just like giving like props to God and the universe for just giving me this creative inspiration. Like this short film right now, it's called Zero Sleep, Sandman's Beginnings. Not the best title, but I'll work on it. But the storyline, the beats, the outline, and like just every single plot point literally walked into my head fully formed this weekend or this past week. And so I'm in the middle. I'm like at the halfway point of just getting all of that fully formed stuff out of my head onto the screen. And so by the end of the week, the latest, I should literally have the outline and the beat sheet done for that film short, Zero Sleep. And then what I'll do is try to have the short script done in the next couple of weeks. It won't be this week, but I might be able to get it done next week or the week after. And then my goal is to finish the Sandman script, the full feature horror script, by the end of the summer / the beginning of my school year. So it's just, I'm just excited because then like I was having a debate with a friend of mine, a colleague, a creative colleague of mine, who basically said that she believes that shooting film shorts prior to doing the full feature film, is a smarter move because you get to practice certain things. You don't have the pressure of a full feature on your hands, et cetera, et cetera. And I agreed to an extent. I think that personally, to learn how to do the thing, you should just like do the thing over and over and over again. But that's just me. But having said that, you know, my friend did make a few really wonderful points. And so in terms of like getting practice with film shots, coverage, you know, working with one actress and pulling out performances as opposed to an entire cast, I'm excited to do that. The film short itself is literally set in one room. So it's a one-room film short. And it's going to be good. Don't worry. I think it's going to be amazing personally, but you know, that's just me. I haven't gotten on set yet, so who knows? And it's really exciting. And it also gives me something that I can work. It will give me something that I can work on in this upcoming film editing class that I'm taking for my graduate degree, which is not a requirement of my degree, but I made it a requirement and turned it into an elective with the help of administration. Because again, like I said, I'm here to get as much out of my graduate school program as humanly possible, and I will be an expert in post-production for film and in VFX and SFX, as much as one can be working on that in like 2 to 3 years. So yes, so there is a film short coming. It will be shot prior to the full feature Sandman movie, and I will keep you guys up to date with that. So the final thing before I go, because I've been talking way longer than I wanted to, and it's lunchtime, so I need to make some food, is this week is I'm hosting for myself the 1 week novel challenge. And I'm doing that because I really want to, and this is going to be me trying to get out 50,000 to 60,000 words into my Scrivener document between today and between next Monday, between today and next Monday. And so I'm trying this because I've heard some other, not too many, but a few other authors. I think Chris Fox did this. I don't know if it was like a 3-day novel or like a 3-day trilogy or like a 1 week trilogy. Forgive me if I'm wrong for all you Chris Fox fans. But I really just wanted to try to free myself completely from just all of the editing chains that we tend to put on ourselves and that I tend to put on myself when I'm writing a novel, where things are coming along, but they're coming along a little bit more slowly than I want. And so I just want to see if I can bang out the rest of Hollow Point in this next week, as opposed to have it ready for my readers by August 21st or whatever. And that's pretty much that. That's my 1 week challenge. We will see how that goes. I think instead of writing 1,500 words a day like you do with NaNoWriMo, that would be what, maybe 6,000 to 7,000 words a day. Actually, that's like between 7,000 to 8,000 words a day. That's a lot. So we'll see what we'll see what happens if I can actually make that deadline. But I really want to challenge myself to write as quickly and as crappily as possible. And this is not to say that I'm trying to hand you guys crap at all through Hollow Point. It's just I really want to get in the habit of banging out those first drafts like that, so that I just have something out there. I've told the story to myself. The story is told pretty much in its entirety with all its shitty points and its extra fat and all that. Just everything just needs to be out there so that I can just take a breather, work on something else, and then come back to that crappy draft and then craft it into something amazing, as opposed to trying to do that all at once. So that's my goal. And I also just want to finish Hollow Point. Like, I want to make that promise and that commitment to my readers. And I want to make that commitment to myself. And I need to make that commitment to Amazon, because I finally have been able to do a pre-order. If you're interested in grabbing Hollow Point early, it's $2.99 on the Amazon store. It is up for pre-order. And Hitmen of Happily Ever After, book 1, which is called Rose and John Doe's, is also up for pre-order in the Amazon bookstore. So, and I'll also put those links below a little later because I need to go eat. But I'll put those links below in the vlog notes, or if you're listening to this on podcast, it'll be in the podcast notes. And you can check those out at your leisure. So that is what is happening for me. That's actually what happened last week. That's what's happening for me this week. I'm also going to try to finish that filmmaking, directing masterclass this week. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and final announcement, which is super interesting and exciting. And I promise you this is the last announcement. I have volunteered at LibriVox to be a voice actor. So, which is insane, right? It's just so crazy. Did I tell you guys this already? See, I just can't even keep track of my journal. It's just ridiculous. But yes, I will be playing Dr. Davrigny, I think. I hope I pronounced the name correctly, in The Count of Monte Cristo. So there might be some other recordings of The Count of Monte Cristo out, produced by LibriVox. I'm not in any of those, but I will be doing a voice acting debut, quote unquote. I even hate using that and saying that, because acting is not my vocation. It's just really fun for me to play voices. But I will be doing that, and so that's like another creative project that is on the slate for over the next couple of weeks, and that I'll keep you guys posted on. But just always trying to spread my wings, get different experiences under my belt, and just seeing where that goes. I just really realized that I enjoy being a reader when we're doing readings for our theater productions at school. So we're all required to participate in others' readings as actors, even if we suck. And I was just like, oh my God, really? At first when I started doing the readings, I was like, oh my God, do we have to read? Like, I can't. It's just so ridiculous, like how bad I am as an actress. I was like, are you guys sure you guys want me on that stage? I don't think you want me on that stage. But actually, as I started to read more and more, I really enjoyed it. Like, I really loved it. And so I don't know if it's anything I would ever do professionally. If I'm good at it and it's a good way to make some side dough, by all means. But I definitely just enjoy embodying that character, and especially if it's a villainous character. I love those parts. So yeah, so that's the new adventure, guys. And this is July. We're sort of halfway through, and my summer is almost over, which is so sad. But it's going to go out with a major bang, okay? It's going out with the novel getting written, my 2 pre-orders coming up. We have a giveaway coming up for August, which is amazing. We have a holiday promo coming up where you get all the box sets you want. We got 2 Sandman films in pre-production, and in development, and a voice acting gig, and a partridge in a fucking pear tree, apparently. So wish me luck. So with having said all of that, I will see you guys later. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff I have to do, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Thank you for sticking with me on the journey, and I will see you guys soon. Stay badass, keep writing, and I will see you guys next week. All right. Bye.